welcome back to another riveting edition of AIWF Mid-Atlantic Breakdown. Rick Diesel here with Reagan Danzig, who looks like she's
Oh,
stressed.
and I misspelled my last name. I put two I's.
Oh, no. Has that been
Yeah.
like that all along, or is it just this?
No, I think it was just today. Let me fix that. Not that anybody cares. There we go.
Well, you noticed it, so now everybody's looking at it.
Probably.
I didn't pay a bit of attention when you first brought it up. But anyway,
You didn't even have to wait for me to yawn.
Do what?
You didn't even have to wait for me to yawn to start. I'm
Oh,
already
well,
on a new step. I think I'm doing good. So
well, there are storms rolling through the area as
Oh,
we speak. I feel like they're headed your way because they just went over. That's pretty bad.
I do have a isolated thunderstorm thing on my phone.
Yeah.
So
We may lose power at any time. We won't.
we'll see.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
You may. So anyway, here we are for episode 16.
That's shocking.
That's 4 months, right? No, 16 weeks.
16. 4 weeks per
That's 4
8.
months.
Yes, 4 months.
God bless.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
I'm impressed with us.
I am too. That's shocking. Yeah, well,
Do you think anybody thought it wouldn't last this long?
probably. They're probably like, this is who wants to just sit there and listen to old
Us
people?
talk.
They do.
Well, I tell you what, the last few weeks we've had guests on, and it has really brought the quality of the show up. I mean, the entertainment value. I mean, me and you sit here and babble all night, for 30 minutes every week, but when we have a guest on, it always makes it better.
Yeah, and it's good to get some guys on to tell some stories, and then get some guys, to tell us what's going on right now with them and stuff. I think it's good to have the variety. I hope, so.
I agree. You know what I want to do? And I just thought about this, and I had a guest scheduled for tonight, and it literally, when I asked this person if they wanted to be on, their exact words were, they're close to exact words were basically, if I get home in time, I will be on the show. So since I have not heard from this person, I'm assuming they did not get home in time. But I just sit here thinking, I know who I want to bring on.
Who's that?
Reggie Cassidy one weekend.
We do.
And I don't know why, but I just feel like he would have some interesting stories to tell.
I agree. And, sometimes refs kind of, we were talking to Bill about this, like, sometimes refs just going to get left behind, but they're really a very integral part of the show. And they see a lot more than people think they do because, their eyes are on everybody. So
Right. Exactly. So I'll talk to Reggie about getting him on. And the guest I had scheduled tonight, and he may still pop up. I don't know. If it does, we'll let him on and talk. And we only have like so much time in this thing. So if you come on. But if they didn't make, maybe we'll get them on some other time. But again, people, if you're watching this and you have a guest from the Mid-Atlantic area, from AIWF Mid-Atlantic that you want to see on the show, let us know. Reach out to myself on Facebook, Reagan on Facebook, or the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Facebook page. We both watch that too, so you can send us a message there, and we'll reach out. And if you have questions for any of the wrestlers that come on, we'll bring them on and let them answer your questions. There's a lot we can do on here. But I tell you what, since our regular guest didn't show up, I had a backup.
Okay. That makes me nervous.
This took a lot of doing and a lot of finesse and calling in favors. But I was able to convince, for one time only, maybe one time only, ladies and gentlemen, David Parrish's hair.
Oh my gosh, you still have that?
I still have David Parrish's hair.
Oh my God, he hasn't had that hair in forever.
Like
he does
over
have
a year.
He does have a pretty good mustache though now.
He has a mustache now that would make 70s porn stars so jealous. He's got
Yes,
that firefighter mustache now.
he
That
does. And it I guess he traded in the long hair for the
I got the
facial
hair.
hair. So
I had, and this is legit David Parrish's hair from when Jack cut it at
God,
Mount
was that
Airy. Was it
it
Jack?
has, yeah, it has to be over a year,
Yeah,
right?
long time ago.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
it don't smell. I've kept it up well. You know what I'm saying? It's got no fleas or ticks or anything in it. So it's been well taken care of because this is David Parrish's hair. This is a national treasure. There's
And
women
it
out there that would fight a grizzly bear over this, just so you
just
know. And I
yeah.
have it. It's two people on earth that's got David Parrish hair. David Parrish and Rick Diesel.
Yeah, you need to be careful with that so somebody doesn't get it and turn it into like a voodoo doll.
Yeah,
So,
I know. So, so anyway, we'll
um,
sit here. David Parrish's hair will hang out with us on this episode since the other guest could not make it back in time.
did
And
you
we
ever?
do take this on Wednesday
Yeah.
nights at 7 o'clock. In case any of you guys out there want to be on it, just reach out to us. Um, it was funny. I'm not going to say no names, but I did before I reached out to the guest and David Parrish hair. Did you see the message I put on the little thread the private thread that we have with the wrestlers?
Are you talking about on Facebook or on the
Yeah, no,
messenger?
on Facebook. I sent a message that said, "Hey, man, we'll be on the Mid Atlantic Breakdown show Wednesday." And a wrestler, not to name names, come on and said, "Where at?"
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, you know what? Wrestlers, God bless them, but sometimes so many hits in the head and you just
It's
lose
yeah,
your
yeah. To
cognitive
that person,
abilities.
if you're watching, it's an internet show, but it's obvious you're not watching, so you would
Right.
have knew what I meant.
It's
So,
funny that they would even respond. Like they're like, "Hey, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, but where is it?" So,
yeah. So
yeah.
if any of the other wrestlers who've seen that post on that thread that knows the wrestler that said that, please inform him of what the Mid Atlantic Breakdown show is. It's been on for 16 by God weeks.
Did you have a chance to watch that podcast video I sent you?
I have not. Like I said, I've been running around trying to get everything ready for all the stuff for the food truck stuff this weekend.
Yeah, it's you need to. Brian hasn't watched it. I was during lunch sitting like this while I had to eat in the classroom today, and while the kids were watching Big City Greens, I was listening to it. So it's very good, very positive about us, which was really good. It's a podcast from somebody in England. Corey Edsel sent it to me.
They
Uh,
We're big in England. Let me
so
see. I don't know if I can get this sent to my Facebook page or not. I'm gonna try.
are you trying to share it?
Yeah,
You
well, I'm
should
trying to
be
send
able
it
to.
because I can watch it on the computer from my Facebook page, but it's on my phone, and I'm not sure I can. I'm gonna
You don't
try.
have YouTube on one of your TVs?
I got YouTube everywhere.
So you just pull it up on YouTube and watch it on your TV.
Well,
That's what.
I can, but then I'd have to type in the address. It's so much easier just to share it.
Oh my God. You could cast it. Wait, never mind. That's
I'll
probably
figure
better.
it out. I'm not anyway.
Speaking of figuring stuff out, I am close to having everything figured out for our new production stuff. This is the thing I'm working on now. So I've got it where it's recording. I've got it where it's recording without all the stuff on it, like all the flashing things on the camera. Brian got that off, so it's a clear picture. Now I've just got to figure out how to make sound, like so we can turn the mic off and on of the camcorder. So
Are you
I'm
watching the
excited.
two? That actually was on my list of questions. Is what is the process? What is the progress of the new?
Everything is fine, like so where we're at really is just better cameras but with the same sound, like trying to figure out like how we're going to get it onto that. So slowly but surely, like I said, I had to take my child's computer, and that was like taking the Ark of the Covenant from him. So So, but I think we'll get it figured out. Don't you think, Brian? Yeah. So,
But yeah, there's so much stuff that you guys have figured out that I ain't gonna lie to you, just be beyond me. So I'm so glad that you guys have took the reins on that and run with it. It just, thank God. So, out of curiosity, let's see what was on last night's episode. Do you realize that the Mid Atlantic season 33, episode 496? We're 4 episodes away from 500.
You got to do something big for that 500.
We need to. I guess we need to get a bunch of wrestlers got to say happy 500th episode or whatever it is.
We could always pay a cameo, get a cameo and pay somebody money, famous, like, congratulations on your 500th episode. This be $50 to do it. So,
you know how
or 500. It just depends on who you get.
Look, first off, do you know how lame that would make us to pay somebody to congratulate us on a milestone?
I've seen it done before.
I know, but God almighty, that is so. Please, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's only 2 reasons you'd do that: desperation, or your ego is so big that you have to pay somebody to stroke it for you.
Yeah.
So ego prostitution is what I call it.
Oh wow, that sounds like a new terminology that you might need to trademark.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead. This is actually going by pretty fast. I mean, you just sitting here babbling. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some stuff that's upcoming for the AIWF Mid-Atlantic. So we'll be right back.
Jimmy Valiant, Boogie Woogie Man.
Legendary Boogie Woogie Man.
Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Hang on.
What are you doing around
What was that
here?
going there, buddy?
This is our neighborhood.
You done made a young man's game.
You should be retired, Boogie.
Wait a minute, boys. Let me take a bite of my king dog. You say king dog?
King dog?
Is that what you said? What? What happened?
Come on, boy.
Don't let hunger bully you. Get yourself a king dog, and you too can become a super hunger fighter.
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evington, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. They don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us. Tease Treats is a food truck service that operates out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. They serve decadent, delicious ice cream treats, hot dogs, chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, nachos, funnel cakes, and so much more. They can be in multiple locations at the same time, available for festivals, athletic tournaments, concerts, or any gathering. When it comes to delicious quality and reasonable prices, you can't go wrong with Tease Treats. You can find out more about Tease Treats at facebook.com/Tease Treats, or you can give them a call at 336-755-8204. You'll find out that Tease Treats are not only the best concessions in wrestling, but the best concessions anywhere.
All right, welcome back. I am so sorry, everybody, but the David Parrish hair could only stay for one segment, so it's gone now.
Very popular.
Look, it is a very popular piece of hair. So just so you know, there's not many hair, not a lot of hair out there that's as popular as David Parrish hair. So anyway, all right. Next week, here's what's going to happen. Next week, we are going to start. Me and Ray was talking about this during the break. We're going to start naming our class of 2025 Hall of Fame inductees for the AIWF Mid-Atlantic. Because you know, every year we do the Hall of Fame during Deal with the Steel. And let me tell you what I've said it before and I'll say it again. I still can't give you all the details, but we're working on something big for Deal with the Steel this year. It'll be something that once again has never been done before. I don't know how we keep doing that. Doing stuff that's never been done before. We had the first all cage match, all cage show. I think we did the very first one ever, if I'm not mistaken. Deal with Steel was nobody ever done that before we did. And then was it Fright Night? Fright Night. It was Fright Night. We done from 2 different continents.
Oh yeah,
Europe and North America. You had England and the United States. We had Fright Night on 2 different nights. From 2 different countries. So once again, we just figure out ways. So this year, if we get everything worked out, and we'll make the announcement here as soon as we do, we've got something really big planned for Deal with the Steel this year, and it's not about the big names that we may bring in, because we're still working on that also, but this will be something very special. So anyway, as many of you know, the Mid-Atlantic show, the next Mid-Atlantic show was scheduled for this coming Saturday night in Mount Airy, but we had to move it because the park, believe it or not, it's some bull crap. Literally, they're having bull riding. And we figured we might better move that show where it could get messy real quick.
Yes.
So that Mid-Atlantic show has been moved to May 24th. And we might be doing something special the weekend after that too. Don't know yet, but we'll let you know.
I don't even know this one.
I know you do not.
Oh, so, now I'm interested.
We'll let you know as soon as we get it all worked out. So there may be something special the weekend after the next Mount Airy show, but that's all I'm saying right now. Matter of fact, I'll let you know when we know. But so our next show that the Mid-Atlantic is going to actually be involved in is it's going to be May 10th in Ivanhoe, right?
In Ivanhoe, yes.
In Ivanhoe. So let me do so. I can pull up some. I've actually got some couple of graphics here I can pull up to show people who's coming, because that's going to be an interesting show in Ivanhoe.
It's always an interesting show in Ivanhoe.
Well,
hey, that rhymes.
All right, what I'm gonna do is, the way I've got these, I guess I'm gonna have to kind of jump back and forth. I'll share one, we'll talk about it, then I'll go. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Boom. Share. How's that? That is
what is going on with Matt Anderson?
That is the best promo picture I've ever seen Matt Anderson take.
I agree. It's like a new person.
It is.
It is. Wow, that's really good. Wow.
That picture is so good that we put it on a 4-foot by 8-foot banner that we're going to debut for the next Mount Airy show. So he made the banner, but he will be in Ivanhoe. So in case anybody's interested. All right, let's see. Let me go back to another one here. All righty. Boom! Look who's coming back to Ivanhoe.
Oh, Nikki Falk.
That's right. With a new attitude. And I will let the cat out of the bag. Mickey Falk was supposed to be the guest. So look, Mickey Falk's here. He made it. He can't answer no questions, but he did make the show. Best I could do. Sorry. He didn't get home in time. But maybe I can get David Parrish's hair to come back.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. But anyway, Mickey Falk coming back. He was really. This will be the first time he's been back to Ivanhoe since his falling out with Seth Burns. So I'm very interested to see how the crowd will react to him.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about this next week because that'll be leading into it. But all this stuff's getting ready to be, it's going to be debuting on the Mid-Atlantic Facebook page and everything shortly. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, now we're getting into people we don't know.
We don't know. I always like that. It's like, do we remember if they've worked for us? No, don't remember. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. Kylo Kane makes his Ivanhoe debut.
And his AIWF Mid-Atlantic debut.
He looks
I don't
like
know
a
much
young
about
fella.
this. So I don't know. We get to be introduced. So if you're coming to Ivanhoe, you will see Kylo Kane, new to the area. All right, let's pull up another one here. I really don't know how to react to this one, so I'm gonna have to let.
I can see it in your I can see it in your glasses.
Can you?
Yes.
That is crazy. What happened? Uh-oh. Hang on a minute. My screen went black there for a second. Here we go. Well, I lost him.
Oh, my Lord.
I got to get him back. Hang on. Everything's going a little crazy for me. Look, I wasn't going to do this, but I decided to do it just for the heck of it. So let's see if we can get him up here. This kid. New kid here. It's like it's my first show again, ain't it?
It is. It's well, you got out of habit of having to do it because by this time we were usually with.
All right, there you go.
Somebody. The Derby Devil, Hunter Price. The Derby Devil. I'm curious as to what that's about.
I know. I was just told that was his name.
The Derby Devil. That's hard. That is very hard to say.
The Derby Devil.
Derby Devil. Yeah. Huh. So lots of new faces. That's one thing that, is always exciting, not just with the Ivanhoe show, but like it just us in general. Like we always bring in new faces. Like we're not, we're always looking for new talent. We're always having talent, come through us. And then, like we're good waiting.
This same crew was scheduled to be at the Mount Airy show if it had stayed on the 3rd. But they were already booked somewhere else on the 3rd because they're coming from up north. So but they was booked for Mount Airy and Ivanhoe back to back. So they was able to keep the Ivanhoe day. It was our fault they couldn't. So if you want to see the Derby Devil, you'll have to go to Ivanhoe. So, and I don't know now. There might be, what is that? Kid America might have some jealousy there.
Oh, yeah.
Same size, kind of. They remind me a little bit of each other. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Where am I at here now? Oh, I go up here. I'm not a fan of this little thing. All right. One more. You want one more? I got one more.
In that video that I had watched, I had forgotten what your mullet looked like. Like that Louis Theroux was prime mullet. Like,
let me tell you, this promo picture I get to bring up is so. I don't know. There's something about this picture that I'm getting ready to share with you guys that I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but there it is. I love that.
Wow. The faculty makes their Ivanhoe debut. The star athlete and the professor.
Now, the professor, Jacob Edwin, has been to Ivanhoe a long time ago. He wrestled on an Ivanhoe show for us one time before. But the tag team of the faculty And they may wrestle as a tag team. They may wrestle singles. We don't know till that night, but they will make their debut. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if this picture tells you anything, that is an amazing team.
That is.
It's very
That is.
brotherish.
Yeah. I'm interested in all these new guys. I like new talent, new people
do
coming
too.
through. Keeps
Me
it from
too.
being stale.
Well, so we got the faculty coming. The Derby Devil is coming, and I think it's going to be interesting. So, new talent coming to Ivanhoe. Be sure you be there. We'll talk. I'll try to find out some more. Maybe that's what I could do. Maybe I could get one of them to come on the show next week.
You should. Yeah, I would love to see somebody new and stuff. That'd be a good introduction to them. So,
It would. You know what? I should have thought about that this week. Man, between Reggie Cassidy, but it's okay because we did get David Parrish hair, so it's hard. That's hard to beat. That's just hard to beat.
yeah, his touring schedule is very, very intense. So the fact that it could stop by, that's a pleasure.
So yeah, we're gonna put Reggie Cassidy down as a future guest, but I'm going to reach out to I tell you, you know what? I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna shoot for a member of the faculty just because of that picture.
Yeah, that picture is fantastic.
That is one of the absolute best promo pictures I've ever seen in my entire life. So it's really just hard to beat. But anyway, find something to talk about, or we, so we can
right now
hang out a little bit longer because I know we still got a few more minutes left. So, and I've sat here and babbled to look at that, running out of time. We have now 10 minutes left.
10 minutes.
Can you talk about something for 10 minutes, or do we need to take this thing home?
Well, I think if you can put up that video I showed you or shared with you with the podcast talking about the Louis Theroux episode, it's very, very interesting. I was really worried because you just never know. Had lots of good things to say about us. Even talked about that we were still wrestling, like that we were still running shows, and they talked about our new heavyweight champion, but they had a weird name, so I don't know. I don't know who it was. And like I said, I was listening to it up to my ear while kids.
So is the name of the podcast "Review Me Now"?
I guess so.
Let me look.
I guess so.
Keep talking, Reagan, because
I am. So that's, if you can get that up, it's I think it's Wrestle Me Review is what it's called. But, it's very interesting. Apparently there's 2 episodes about that show. So it starts out, with you guys talking on the Manary TV show. So very good things to say, still giving us a little hard time about our accents, but, very good. It was fun to watch, and it's neat to see that somebody who's like, pretty recent, rewatching it and talking about it, which is fantastic. And like I said, if we can get it up, check it out. I might try to put it up on my Reagan Danzig page. That might help too. So
is that the? Okay, that's part 2, ain't it?
Yeah. So I didn't see part 1. I just got part 2 sent to me. So, but interesting. It's just funny how those things pop up, just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, there's been so much stuff over the past few years. I still, believe it or not, get people that reach out to me about that show. I'm trying to find it now. I found part. Oh, here it is.
But well, it's interesting to say that this popped up. We've got, not to give anything away, we've got some stuff kind of cooking in the pressure cooker right now with somebody who's throwing their name into the hat to help us out with social media and things like that. So, we got a lot of stuff coming up, for new things too. But
okay, all right, we can watch. Do you want to just watch it and talk about it while we watch it, or is there any parts of it you just want to see?
Well, we got 7 minutes. I guess we could find one part of it. Like, I think if you just hit it, it just hits, it goes right into with us or with you guys. I was there for this, but I wasn't interested enough to be on the show, on the actual show. So
let's see. I am going to see if it'll let me do anything here. Let me see. Let's push it right here. Ah, look at that.
Look at that mullet. Look at that Brian's hair.
Oh, we can see it now, can't we?
Yes.
God, I had a fat belly even then, didn't I?
But look at that mullet. Oh, you can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Oh, it's low. It's very low. What radio station is that?
WSYD.
2 boxes of tortilla chips.
Oh, they were.
There's been a thing recently where.
Can you hear it?
I can now, yeah. So you can fast forward through that because they're just talking about Matt Cardona making sure, saying if promoters can't afford water, they shouldn't be promoters. Oh, look at Brian.
Look where I stopped it at, and that was not even intentional.
Oh Lord. Those are the
Tell you
days.
what we can do. We will go through and just hit some still shots, and then maybe one day we'll take an episode and just watch it.
Yeah, that would be fun. Just to kind of look over it and stuff. Like I said, the parts I listened to were before he went to the WCW. So I'm interested because the title says Sarge's Revenge. So oh, look at Brian's beautiful, beautiful flowing locks of hair.
Look at that. Louis
He was
so
petrified.
shocked. Is that girl behind him picking her nose?
I think she's like, oh no.
I
But
seen something right here. There we go. Let's see. Let me get up to. I was trying. There was a part right there that where he looks so different now, don't he?
he does look different. Why is he so pale? You're so pale in this.
Well, he did almost bleed to death that night.
That's true. I think this is beforehand.
Was it?
This is before because his makeup isn't messed up.
Oh yeah. There's
So-
Louis running the ropes.
Look what life has brought us. So sweet, and they're properly chuckling, but just out.
We
They
do
talk
need to
about how
watch this.
they talk about how sweet everybody was, and this, also about how poor everybody was, because they're talking about Brian doing the socks, and they're like everybody in this is poor, but they're just bringing happiness with wrestling. It was made it sound kind of pitiful.
Yeah, well, you know what? You say what you want to, but right there's Brian Danzig, Ref Vern, Don Carson, and Steve Niles, and up in the corner is the BBC logo. So you know what? Everybody can kiss my royal backside.
Now this time,
There's only 2 wrestling companies that I know of that he ever done this in the history of Louis Theroux's shows that he done this on, and it's us and WCW. So yes, another milestone.
but I would love to have one show where we just kind of go through and listen to some of the stuff people are saying. Look how young Jody looks there.
I want to get him on the show, but
I would love to.
I'd love to get him on the show. I don't know if he will. Maybe AIWF Arena.
Who made that sign?
I don't know. I was so hungry that night.
That's also, they talk about how all this stuff, and then Brian's talking about going to the Waffle House, and like they talk about that we did a really good job of the illusion of violence and of people getting hurt, and that we really did what we were supposed to do with a wrestling show. And then it proves that everybody was fine because they were talking about, look at the Jammer. I didn't even realize the Jammer was still wrestling then.
He was.
But I really want you to listen to it and want everybody to listen to it. I was surprised at how nice they were about it. So, but there's
Enigma,
Steve.
bless his heart. He's no longer with us.
No,
God rest his soul. Awesome dude.
there's Brian afterwards.
The illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink.
Because they were talking about. Because they were also
so
talking about.
good at it.
Is that Chris Tenney?
It was. Hang on. I'll try to. There he is.
Yeah. Look at that young
That's
Chris
how we
Tenney.
remember Chris Tenney.
with caked on blood on him.
Yeah. But his facial expressions were just amazing.
Oh, look, there's my head.
There's you. That's right.
Just my head.
Why is it every picture we show of Brian, he's covered in blood?
I don't know, because that was in that time frame. Brian was always just covered in blood.
Look at my boy. Now, I don't know where this came from.
That's a newer.
Yes, because we haven't had that banner but a year.
Because I told you that they talked about our new heavyweight champion, but like I said, I couldn't quite hear who they said because there, go back. That's what they're talking about, right? That's the new footage.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
It says Azteca in the back. So they found footage. They found footage on this of more recent. That has to be.
Think about it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Reagan, we're down to less than a minute.
Oh, good Lord.
45 seconds. We will get back into this. This is very interesting. We'll get back into this more on future episodes, and I will work on getting some stuff put together that we talked about earlier. So anyway, let's get out of here before this thing ends and just shuts up. And we'll get more back in. We'll get more into that video in the future, and we'll reach out to Reggie Cassidy and maybe the guest we had who was supposed to be on here tonight, Mickey Falk. And
maybe we can reach out to this podcast that had us on it.
Yes, that would be so cool. All right, good deal. We'll work on that. In the meantime, I'll forget it. Reagan will remind me.